This is Lexicon getting ready for Horde Night at the base that I designed that is located in 3 different biomes. I also have some experimental gates over there. Those walls are designed to funnel zombies towards the front. If they hit the back, they should travel a path upwards towards the front. Oops, and it is time to use the one 7 days to die medication that I use in this game, which is Recog, which increases damage. So let's see how that works. If we start over here, okay, looks like it's good. We will turn it on. The blades are designed to hit zombies in the head, which is a risk if we get a demolition zombie. Okay, there are some higher level zombies. Just a few minutes in and we've lost our first spike trap. They are cheap and replaceable. Interesting that they are not using the ladders. Notice that I have set up doors not for their use as doors, but in order to channel the zombies into certain locations. That seems to be working. I am not using my most effective weapon at this moment. I am saving that for later. The machine gun is effective. The submachine gun is very effective at close range. But for now, oh, we're running well on that. So let's see how the submachine gun does. Repair kits. My little submachine gun down there is doing pretty good work. I don't have that much ammunition for it, so it will eventually run out. One modification for future horde nights would be to extend the ramp even further. We are over 12 blocks high because Wayward Echo said that Rage mode does not activate if the zombies fall from over 12 blocks high. Rage mode is when the zombie simply attacks the scenery because it's angry instead of actually thinking about where it wants to go to reach you, the player. I do have a bow with fire arrows, but that bow will be mostly useful for zombies on the ladder. It is not useful for zombies on the ramp. The bow is not suited to that. I have been accumulating crossbow ammunition, and it is possible that the crossbow might be suited to these conditions, but the bow is not. Because I am on a lower difficulty level than most of you, I am able to use more ammunition than most of you would in a horde night. I am on Nomad with a 25% XP multiplier and probably a more powerful character than anyone playing on the higher difficulty levels would have. Alright, another recog. That auto sledge has both fire and a weighted head on it. It doesn't seem to be setting the zombies on fire the way it did when it just had the weighted head. Alright, we are an hour and a half in. As you can see, the zombie fell and did not go into rage mode. Aha. Finally they are starting to use oh, well that did work. I am finding that I cannot use the shotgun because it does so much damage to the base. Of course, I loaded the shotgun with armor-piercing slugs. Memo to self. Upgrade sledgehammer before next horde night. Well, that was a surprise. Ah, yes. And alright, let us add some ammunition back down here. And I'm not carrying that ammo. And in fact, I don't have any. Well, also note to self. By the way, this drone can be quite annoying. Oh dear. Good, we managed to kill the demo. Right, I am back in Wasteland. That came from down there. Notice that the ramp allows dogs to get up. That is the purpose of the ramp. What on earth are you shooting at? Oh, good. That did light a zombie on fire. It was meant to. Of course, the flaming arrows do not have rad remover, which is an important feature of all Horde Knight weaponry. You're down there. So this is our most powerful weapon. I think I just shot my own sledgehammer. Well, if that where was that? There it was. Ouch. Thank you for reminding me. Where is the policeman? There it is. And there is another one. Thank you for that. And for that. Where did that come up? There. I'm glad that my turret wasn't placed at that moment. Oops. Yes. Falling down is a danger when you play up high. This is my cheapest weapon in terms of rarity of ammunition. Okay. Where is the... There you are. I see. Note to self, protect the electrical wiring better next time. Uh-huh. Well, I see you. Where is the other policeman? Yes, now that should not happen. That spider zombie should do much better than it did. Okay, and another police. We are most of the way through. Our sledgehammer is setting zombies on fire. Wayward Echo would probably have a grenade hole down there. Which might be good. There, I see you. I dodged it. Well, impressive. Did not get to use the fire arrows as much as I would have liked to. Normal operations, I can usually get away with the Desert Vulture and the shotgun ammo, and I use that ammo in part because I don't use it on Horde Night. So therefore I am collecting different sets of ammunition. Interesting. The ladder is very effective at slowing down the faster zombies. Uh-oh. Ooh, that one needs repairs. We will use this. Horde Night ends at 4 a.m. and we're already at 2:20. This is a 90-minute day. So, whoa. A spitting vulture. Never nice. I wonder if I'm so high that the computer thinks I'm trying to run away from Horde Night. It was my understanding that the spitting vultures were designed to prevent you from running away from your base on Horde Night. come from? Ah, that's where it came from. So, we have a 90-minute day. 1/4 of it is a horde night. So that is 22 and a half real life minutes for the horde night. Some people prefer the shorter days. Not sure why. You can have a 60-minute day. You can have a 120-minute day. For this style of play, which, as you can see, this is pretty calm because I have all the ammunition I need. You can find players who are better at this game on harder difficulties, running around Horde Night with sledgehammers, which is one thing to do sledgehammers on zombies that are attacking you with fists. It's quite another to be punching zombies that will explode after they die. That is very impressive. Interesting. That well protected. Ooh, where did that come from? Oh, there. My sledgehammer is still working. We have enough bullets, but we are going to take another recog. These last for the amount of time you can see on there. And that means that one zombie got through during all of that, which is not bad. More challenging horde nights require, more challenging difficulty levels require more detailed designs than this. Go to Wayward Echo for that, or other streamers. Some prefer to create AFK bases. Also like the turtle base, invented by a streamer whose name I'm blanking on at the moment. It is really quite impressive, but best suited for multiplayer. With multiplayer, you can have different roles for different players. The planning for a multiplayer horde night can be really quite good. Did you see something? I missed. Hit. This behavior in which they're jumping off is not an intended part of this design, but it's certainly helping me. I also like these transparent blocks. I think people who believe that a zombie game should be realistic would not like the fact that these hollow cubes are as strong as the non-hollow cubes. But I like this design. I don't like the prettiness. I think one of the advantages of Wayward Echo's base is that it actually looks like a fortress. This looks more like perhaps a work site. It is now 3:37 a.m. and Horde Night ends at 4 a.m. So we have about 3 minutes left. And overall, although I want to make improvements, this base did quite well. And I've been poisoned again just as I said that. So, where's my drone? Where's my drone? Yeah, if my drone is down, that's a problem. Yes, my drone is down. Well, I have plenty of healing materials. Horde night is almost over. The dawn is coming. Another zombie jumped off the ramp. My initial design had been to have the ladder go even higher, and then the zombies would have to jump off of a very high platform onto the ramp. But I found that the zombies will now no longer climb higher than I am. So I cannot make the ladder higher than my own height. Alright, let's jump down here. Let's get a thing of honey. Interesting. Zombies are pathing to this spot. Well, now, and they managed to dig quite an interesting hole. That looks to be horde night. I see. And they... Did they destroy this ramp? They did not. I don't think they really used it either, though. But here we are. So an example of the kind of shenanigan. Can we kick this? Well, I'm not going to bother to try. So there we are. Horde Night survived. Base pretty much intact. But I need to find a better way to run electrical wires to these blades.